Well, that one kind of stings for the Phillies right there. They lose the series to the New York Mets. They lose tonight's game by a score of 9-6, and the offense woke up late. Aaron Nola was very bad. The bullpen, not as good. They weren't the best today. They weren't the shutdown bullpen like they were the past couple of days, which I was not expecting them to keep that up. I felt like the offense was eventually going to wake up for both teams. Technically, it did today. It just woke up more for the Mets, who, got to Aaron Nola. They got to some of the Phillies bullpen. In the Phillies offense, they chipped and chipped and chipped. They just, the bullpen couldn't hold, the Mets to, a certain amount of runs. And that's what happens. Still, I'm not going to overreact. This is only 6 games into the season. Offense woke up a little bit later in the game. Now you got a 4-game stretch with the Miami Marlins and just move on from there. I'm not going to overreact after a series loss to the New York Mets. I'm just not going to do that. I understand, yes, it's very frustrating that you're losing a series to the Mets and also that the offense was cold for a majority of that series. But Bryce Harper got a home run today. JT still is swinging the bat. Nick Castellanos got a couple of hits today. I think they're going to wake up more sooner rather than later. And who knows, maybe going on the road, just, playing a different team, maybe helps them. I know you're saying, oh, it's only 6 games. They need to go on the road already. You never know what happens. But still, I'm not going to overreact after 6 games like some people are, because there's a lot of Philadelphia fans that are completely overreacting about this team right now. How they're saying this team's a bunch of frauds, blah, 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 all of that. Not worried one bit. It's a series loss. You're 3-3 to start the season. It's probably one of the better spots you can be in to start the season. And hey, April is probably one of the weirdest months of the season, especially this April is going to be one of the weirder months since, you have the shortened spring training because of the lockout and all that stuff. It's going to be a very weird month. But like I said, this team is going to be fine. This offense is going to be fine. They're going to go through their hot stretches. They're going to go through their cold stretches. That is the definition of a 162-game season. It sucks that they're doing it right now to start the season. But hey, maybe you could see a benefit in this. Maybe there's, better struggle right now than, June and July and all that stuff when, maybe the bats get hot during that part of the season. So maybe get your struggles out of the way early so you can wake up hotter, later on in the season. But still, I'm not going to overreact after 6 games. That's just, not how I'm going to do this. You got to look at this realistically. You got to look at base reality. You can't treat baseball like it's, the National Football League. You can't react after 1 game like it's 1 full week in the National Football League. You just can't do that. 162 games. You could judge a team basically after the first 1 or 2 months of the season. That's how I look at it. I don't judge them after 6 games. It's kind of not fair to do that. But still, they lose the series to the New York Mets, and we're going to break this down for a little bit. So, before we get into all that, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And if you are new to the channel, the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate that. So if you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, this is the place to be at, depending on the outcome. Great or miserable, depending on the outcome. Also, if you're a current viewer of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So get yourself some Phillies home tickets. They're not going to be home for, the next week and a half, but get yourself some Phillies home tickets. Still going to be a very fun ride of this season. Get yourself some Sixers playoff tickets and the rest of the Philadelphia sports. Why the hell not? Free $20 in your pockets. Use that for, concessions. Use that for parking. Can't pass that up. Use the code TTP Sports. $20 off now at SeatGeek off your first purchase. So, like I said, I know I'm reiterating everything, but Phillies lose 9-6. Aaron Nola was not good today. He was not good. He gave you maybe 2 innings of good baseball. Then it just, we got the early, blow up Aaron Nola in this game. It didn't take till the 7th inning. It took until the 3rd, 4th inning or something like that. He was, very atrocious today. And he did not put this team in the best position possible to win, especially when Max Scherzer's on the other side of the mound. But also, granted, the Phillies did have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 1st inning with 1 out. And Gene Segura and Didi Gregorius did not have the best approaches. Gene Segura swung at everything, and then Didi struck out as well. So basically, after that 1st inning, Max Scherzer definitely wasn't his best out there, but he still shut the Phillies down, when they had their chances. So, yeah, the offense didn't come up clutch early in the game, but Aaron Nola did not put them in the best position possible either. So there's also that to discuss right there. So if you go to basically the entire game right here, okay, 1st inning, Aaron Nola gets out of that very simply. But then you go to that bottom of the 1st inning, Kyle Schwarber walks, Bryce Harper walks, Castellanos walks, then you get the bases loaded for Segura and Didi. Gene Segura strikes out, Didi grounds out. So basically, that is a wasted opportunity right there. Aaron Nola gets out of the second inning. No harm done right there. Bottom of the second inning, basically nothing there for the Phillies. And then we go to the top of the third. Nola gets the first two batters out. No, actually, he gets the first batter out. No, first two batters out. I don't know why I corrected myself because that's basically actually what happened. 2 outs. Brandon Nimmo back up at the plate. Bomb into right center field. Brandon Nimmo's second home run of the series, and he makes it 1-0 Mets. So I guess you were granted that Aaron Nola was eventually going to give up that home run because that's basically every game so far. He's going to give up a home run. That is basically the MO of Aaron Nola right now. So yeah, not the best. Phillies go down easily in the bottom of the third inning. Then you go into that top of the fourth. Marte gets on with an infield single. Pete Alonso then doubles, scores Marte, makes it 2-0. Nola walks Escobar. Dom Smith, he managed to get him out, but then he hits Cannon with the pitch, and the Mets have some damage going on right here. Then Jeff McNeil gets hit by the pitch, scores Alonso. This is with the bases loaded, by the way. And then Joe Girardi elects to bring in Sir Anthony Dominguez very early into this ball game, but it only took him a couple of pitches to get Nito to ground into a double play to get out of the inning. So the Mets make it 3-0 in the top of the fourth. Phillies, maybe get that one run back in the bottom of the fourth. Nick Castellanos leads off with a double. Gene Segura reaches on with an infield single. Castellanos gets over to third base. Bryson Stott then singles to left center field to make it a 3-1 ball game. Bryson Stott actually has a couple of good at-bats against Max Scherzer today. He had a double that went right down the line. He tried to hustle a little bit too much. I think the ball went off of one of the corner walls in the outfield, and it just went right to starting Marte. So basically, he didn't have to run any further, just thanks to that bounce off the wall. And Bryson Stott got thrown out at second. But still, he had a couple of great hacks in this ball game. He got 2 hits, and he got an RBI in this ball game too. I think Bryson Stott was probably one of the better hitters in the batter's box today for the Phillies. So we go into that top of the 5th inning. Sir Anthony Dominguez back on the mound. Nimmo strikes out. Lindor doubles. Marte strikes out. Then you get Pete Alonso with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and he doubles to left center field to score Lindor. And then Damon Jones comes in to pitch. He gets out of the inning without allowing a run. He does walk Escobar, and he does get, hit Dominic Smith with a pitch, to get the bases loaded again. But then he manages to strike out Canna to end that threat. Phillies go down very easily in the bottom of the 5th inning after a JT Realmuto single. Really nothing going on there. Top of the 6th, Mets add a couple of more. There's a lot of, major by the Mets right here. Jones is out there once again. He gets Jeff McNeil to get out. Then Nito singles. Nimmo walks. Joe Girardi elects to go to Connor Brogdon coming out of the bullpen. Lindor grounds into a fielder's choice, but then you get, Nimmo out at second. So you got first and third situation with, I believe, 2 outs. Pete Alonso up at the plate. Once again, 2 strikes in the counts. And, actually, you got Marte up before Pete Alonso. But then Pete Alonso eventually does hit a bomb, 3-run bomb. But then Marte got a little bloop single in the center field. Gene Segura could not catch up to it. It scores Nito. Then you get another first and third situation for Pete Alonso. Once again, 2 strikes. Alonso hits it into the right field stands to make it an 8-1 ball game. Connor Brogdon struggled right there. So the bullpen definitely wasn't the help either today, like it was the past couple of days, which I wasn't expecting it was going to be. They were going to have their game where they blew up a little bit. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Gene Segura gets hit by a pitch, and he has to leave the ball game. Got hit in the wrist. Joe Girardi and the trainer were up there for a little bit, even walking him up to first base. They made sure that, what was going on with that wrist. They elected to take him out of the ball game. Alec Bohm comes in to pinch run. Didi Gregorius then gets a walk. Camargo then gets a single. Stott grounds into a force out, which allows Alec Bohm to score, making it an 8-2 ball game. Vierling then grounds out once again. Another force out, RBI, 8-3 ball game right there. But then Kyle Schwarber strikes out swinging when the Mets bring in another pitcher. 7th inning, nothing right there. Very easy inning for Jose Alvarado. Go to the bottom of the 7th. JT leads off with a walk. Bryce leads off with a walk. Castellanos then doubles to bring in JT and move Harper to third. So it's an 8-4 ball game. And then Alec Bohm with his first at bat at the plate, sacrifice fly, makes it 8-5. Stott then, with 2 outs there, had a couple, runners on base as well. Camargo then got on with an infield single as well. So you got, a couple of guys on base right there. Stott, 2 men on, chance to tie the ball game. Had a nice rip to right field. Sadly, it was just hit right to Marte. Sadly, it was a good swing. Good crack at the bat. Sadly, it was just not in the perfect spot, right at Marte. So sadly, right there, Phillies could not cash in anymore. Falter comes in for the 8th inning, gets out of that easily. He only walks Francisco Lindor. Phillies go to the bottom of the 8th. Nothing comes in. Hoskins comes in to pinch hit for Matt Vierling. Go to the top of the 9th inning. Bailey Falter on the mound once again. Manages to get a couple of outs, but then Escobar almost hits a home run. A fan interferes with the ball in left center field, so he gets a triple. And then Dom Smith hits a sacrifice fly. Maybe you could have got the runner out at home. It was a nice throw by Castellanos, but JT missed the ball coming home. So he manages to score to make it a 9-5 ball game. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Edwin Diaz out there once again. Bryce Harper leads off with an opposite field shot going off the foul pole, his first bomb of the season. So maybe that is something that can wake Bryce Harper up for this upcoming Marlins series. We definitely would need it. Then Nick Castellanos strikes out. Alec Bohm with a deep fly ball to right field. That is an out. And then Didi Gregorius grounds out to end the ball game. So offense woke up very late, and the pitching was not the best today. Aaron Nola and a couple of guys out of the bullpen were not good for the Phillies today. Going to that pitching, actually. Aaron Nola, 3 1/3 inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and the home run allowed the Nemo. Just a bad outing for Aaron Nola. He throws 76 pitches in those 3 1/3 innings. Just not good. Not good whatsoever. You needed a game right here from Aaron Nola. Maybe they get the bullpen a little bit of rest. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Aaron Nola was god atrocious today. Very atrocious. He gave you a couple of innings there. Then he blew up. Allowed the Nemo home run, and then that 4th inning happened. Not good from Aaron Nola. So Anthony Dominguez comes in to finish up that job. He goes an inning in the 3rd, 2 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Damon Jones comes in. He got lit up. He was not good today. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Brogdon comes in, allows the home run to Pete Alonso. 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, 0 strikeouts. Jose Alvarado does good in his inning of work, and Bailey Falter allows 1 run in his 2 innings of work as well. So the bullpen definitely wasn't the biggest help, but Aaron Nola is just, the standout right there, just being terrible on the mound today. Kyle Schwarber at the plate goes over 4 with 3 more strikeouts in this game, so Kyle Schwarber has not had a hit since opening day. He did get on with a walk to lead off the game, but I'm not worried about Kyle Schwarber whatsoever. He'll eventually wake up. JT Realmuto gets another hit in this ball game. He goes 1 for 4. Bryce Harper goes 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and the solo bomb in the 9th inning. Nick Castellanos goes 2 for 4 in this ball game with an RBI, so his bat looks like it's starting to wake up a little bit. Gene Segura goes 1 for 2, then leaves the ball game. Alec Bohm comes in to pinch hit. He goes 0 for 1 with the sac fly. Didi Gregorius goes 0 for 4 with a run scored. Camargo goes 2 for 4. He was in the lineup for Rhys Hoskins today. Bryson Stott goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBI, so a really good day at the dish for Bryson Stott. Matt Vierling, once again, has yet to record a hit this season in the center field position. Muziati comes in. He doesn't get an at-bat. Rhys Hoskins pinch hits for Matt Vierling. He goes 0 for 1 in his lone plate appearance. So overall, like I said, pitching was bad. Offense woke up very late. Very, very late. And like I said, I'm still not worried. I'm not going to overreact after 6 games. You're eventually going to lose a series to start the season. 6 games into the season, you're 3-3, and now you're going to go on the road. Even though, for the Phillies, it's going to be a little tough just because you don't have an off day until next week. You don't have an off day until you finish this road trip because you're going to have a 4-game series starting tomorrow with the Miami Marlins Thursday to Sunday, and then you're going to have a 3-game set in Colorado next week. You're going to have an 8:40, for us, 8:40, 3 o'clock there. So, you're not going to have much rest. I can definitely see why Joe Girardi's putting, guys in and out of the lineup, even though I think Rhys Hoskins should have came into this ballgame a little earlier, especially when Max Scherzer came out. But we know the Phillies never bat Rhys Hoskins when Max Scherzer is on the mound. But I know a lot of people were very upset with Joe Girardi for that situation. So you get this 4-game stretch with the Marlins. You got Gibson on the mound tomorrow. Friday, Zach Eflin on the mound. Ranger Suarez on the mound Saturday. Zach Wheeler on the mound Sunday. And then for the Colorado series, you'll have Aaron Nola, Kyle Gibson, Zach Eflin once again. And the pitchers for the Marlins series, you're going to have Alcantara, Lopez, Rogers, and Hernandez. So basically, you're going through the top rotation parts of the Miami Marlins. And I think that's going to be their home opener as well tomorrow. So they're going to have a little jump in their game. Tomorrow's game is also going to be 6:40. Same thing with Friday, 6:40, Saturday, 6:10, and Sunday, 1:40. So, it's going to be a little bit of a tough stretch right here. But like I said, I'm still not worried about this team. Go on the road, get some wins, especially if it's a 2-game series against the Marlins. I'll be very fine if you split that series and then go into Colorado and win some games there. Worried about Aaron Nola? Very worried. He sucked today. Rest, not worried about this lineup. The bullpen, like I said, they were eventually going to have their game where they weren't as good. but I eventually believe everything will even out in the end. So like I said, everyone, calm down a little bit. It's only 6 games into the season. It's a long season to begin with. It's a 162. So just relax and just enjoy the ride of the season. That's basically what it is. So, what are your thoughts on this game, everyone? What are your thoughts on this video? Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I always like to see those as always. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. The links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Flyer.pod merge website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. Do not forget to check those out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. Also, drop a like on the like button as well. And use the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And I will see you next time.